Hello, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a mid-month reading for all of my Aquarius out there from February 15th until the 29th. So, let's get after it. Okay. Sun, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Some of the cards I need to see. Some of the cards I need to see. What type of energy or love is coming towards my Aquarius during February 15th until the 29th. What kind of love and energy is coming towards my Aquarius during February 15th and 29th? Some of the cards I need to see, some of the cards I need to see. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. So. You're dealing with an individual that is very toxic. Very, very toxic, right from the start. This is an individual that either has some type of opioid addiction, some type of alcoholism addiction, or just an overall toxic mentality altogether. Okay? This person is trying to... this person is, in the beginning you were there. I get the sense here in the beginning you were trying to form some type of relationship with this individual, but then things began to come out about what this person's true intentions were, what they really were about. Okay, so the truth about this individual began to be revealed. You put a complete stop to it. You put the brakes on this thing. You stopped it before it got, you kind of stop things before you really begin to slip into that abyss, okay, if you will. You became aware of certain sneaky, deceptive behavior that was going down with this individual. Now, again, I'm not going to say that they're, this person, again, their intentions in the first place, again, with you, it was basically from the very beginning. It really didn't seem like, I'm really getting the sense here that you kind of had a feeling about who they were, what they were about, but you gave them the benefit of the doubt, okay? And you kind of began to pull back, and you pulled back right, but just literally right before you were about to go over that cliff into the abyss. You kind of were able to kind of pull yourself back and stop things, hold it before they got started. And this individual, this is a water sign individual, okay? Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio here. This individual kind of saw themselves as kind of like, being, dominating, dashing, daring, a very attractive individual. They kind of carried themselves in a very, there was no lack of confidence with this individual. But you were able to kind of see through the veneer, and you got to really see what this person really was about. And so again, you just saved yourself from going right over that cliff into the abyss. In addition here, we also have a water. We have an earth sign individual, okay? A Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo. This individual is very down to earth, very grounded in terms of their finances, okay? So they're good at, really making good, financially wise decisions when it comes to terms of our finances. And this is important because in terms of wanting to have a long-term relationship, it's good to have an individual that understands the importance and financial stability is almost like a necessity to building something in terms of having a financial structure to kind of build on. This individual, this earth sign individual, I feel as though they really get that. There's this sense of a renewal, of rebirth, okay? Giving that sense of this is a fresh opportunity, starting something new, something fresh, a fresh perspective, if you will. And that's leading to this feeling of wanting to have a sense of wanting to have children, a sense of abundance or fertility at some point, material happiness. Also in this spread, you also have um, an air sign individual, Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius energy as well. And this individual, you'll recognize this individual by the fact that they're very they're very upfront. They pretty much just they're very upfront. They kind of have a tendency to kind of they're a straight talker. They're going to tell you what's on your mind, on their mind. Um, they're going to be very direct. Okay, and this person is very has a to a large degree a very strong sense of spiritual strength and conviction. So this is an individual that is very spiritually aware, very spiritually passionate in their beliefs. Okay, so again, you have other than this particular situation with this water sign individual, there are two other individuals here that really look promising. So let's see what kind of blockages are we dealing with? What kind of blockages are we dealing with here? What kind of blockages are you dealing with here? What kind of blockages are you dealing with here? What kind of blockages are you dealing with? What kind of blockages are you dealing with here? Ooh. Wow. Okay, so first blockage is you got the Page of Wands energy here. That's telling me that there's this real sense of a sense of fresh, new, exploratory energy. In other words, there's nothing new here. There's nothing new and exploratory. There's nothing exciting. Not so much exciting, but there's nothing new here that's going to be introduced into the situation. These are all familiar energies, all familiar types of relationship types that you've dealt with before. So there's nothing really new here. There's nothing, I'll say it, exciting here, if you will. That's just kind of like, again, there's nothing, other than this one individual. There's nothing nefarious here. These are two potentially good individuals, this earth sign individual and this air sign individual. But, as far as something new, something exploratory, it's something you're familiar with. And so that, again, as this is a blockage, that may be a little bit of an issue. Okay, the fact that it's something that you kind of like, there may be this aspect of been there, done that type of thing. In addition, here we have the Hermit card. Okay, so there really hasn't really, this thing as a blockage, there really hasn't been that sense of being able to have this self-exploratory, the self-exploratory energy that you need to kind of like become self-aware. To kind of, before you get to know who you are going to be in a relationship, you first have to know who you are outside of that relationship. So there's this real clear sense of there being more time needed to really know who you are. Realize what the best version of your true self looks like. The best version of yourself looks like outside of a relationship. So there's this real sense of really having to do this spiritual journey internally. Self-reflection, if you will, needs to be done here. In addition, here we have the Queen of Wands energy. So, normally Queen of Wands has the ability to get out vibrating positive energy and to attract positive things. There may be this sense of, again, since this is a blockages, there's this sense here of, are you really truly attracting positive people into your inner circle? Are you really vibrating this warm, positive energy, sending out this positivity? And if you are, there's this sense of, as I said, the lack of really new exploratory energy, you're thinking I'm putting out this kind of positive, vibrating, warm energy, um, and I don't really feel like I'm getting back what I'm putting out. And so, there need again. That's why there the Hermit card. There needs to be this deeper exploratory search that needs to go on internally. Okay, that's why that needs to be done. Um, in addition, here we have Nine of Cups. Again, these are all blockages. Your wishes aren't being fulfilled. Okay, again, they're not being fulfilled because you're not bringing in that warm, vibrating, exploratory energy that's really going to give you the spark that you need to move forward on your path of finding someone of substance and quality. Also, we have the Magician card here. That's a blockage. So, manifestation, being able to manifest that which you want into reality. Okay. Again, naturally, nothing new under the sun here, so it could somewhat be a little bit problematic. You being able to, if you don't have this good sense of self, okay, then it's going to be pretty hard to kind of manifest something, um, something that you can see, really growing. In other words, so it's going to be hard to manifest. There's also an aspect of blockages. This immaturity here. There's a sense of immaturity that's here. Again, so immaturity or inexperience. Okay, so immaturity and experience. There's still more learning that needs to be done here. There's still a lot of self growth that needs to take place here. And the way that the way that you're proceeding to go, the way you're going about pursuing a relationship, it needs a little bit of work. Okay, in other words, it needs a little bit of work. There's an adolescent perspective to it, and it needs to be some self growth that really needs to take place here. Again, immaturity versus an experience. If all that you've had in your life are all the only people coming into your life are people with negative energy, okay, negative mindset, then of course there's going to be a lack of experience there of positivity, because all you got around you is a bunch of negative people. So again, you need to do some self-reflecting, some meditation, kind of ground yourself, kind of really, start to develop that skill set to be able to bring in that positive energy. Finally, here we have the Tower card. Okay, and is the case with this water sign individual, where you came right to the edge of a catastrophic situation. You were almost there. You're able to bring yourself right from the very edge of destruction. Again, a blockage. They're probably most likely um, in the recent past and even in the present of getting involved with situations that take you right to the edge, okay, and where you have to you pull yourself back again. That ability to draw in that positive energy, those positive influence, those people of quality and substance, that type of thing. First thing you got to do is work on yourself. Okay, work on yourself. That's the first thing that needs to be done. You got to know who you are, what you want, what you're about. Then you can better assess the type of people that you want to come and to bring into your life that are going to make those qualities that you want in yourself, that they're going to add to those qualities that make you a better, more well-rounded individual. So that's what needs to be done here. All right. And so that Tower moment here, again, you need to be cognizant of that. Keep getting involved with these toxic people that take you right to the very edge of oblivion and bring it back. You also want to be careful that does not that is not a substitute for new energy. Okay, getting involved with toxic individuals, because some people, again, um, some people have a tendency to be attracted to bad boys and bad girls. Okay, it's new, it's fresh, it's exciting. It's just kind of just dangerous. Okay, and it's kind of unhealthy and it's kind of toxic. And you don't want to substitute that for, new, exciting, exploratory energy can be safe, can be fun, can be entertaining, but it could be a person that has a moral core, a good sense of self, a good moral compass, that have ethics, that have standards. You know what I mean? So you can have a person that imbues all of these positive qualities that could be new, that could be exciting, okay? As opposed to someone that is dangerous, someone that is toxic, someone that is absence of a moral compass, someone that has no ethics, you know, all intents and purposes, someone that's somewhat soulless. Okay, so again, you don't have to substitute. Um, you don't have to substitute quality. All right, it's about having a quality individual. All right. So with that being said, let's see what kind of strengths are you working. What kind of strengths are you working with? What kind of strengths are you working with here? What kind of strengths are you working with? What kind of strengths? What kind of strengths are you working with? There we go. Okay, so got the Judgment card. Now, what that tells me is that it's not out of the realm of possibility for someone from your past, possibly an ex, does not have to necessarily be a recent ex, but someone from your past. Again, you're open to the opportunity to bringing that person back in your life, depending on what the nature of the breakup was. Okay, that's seen as a strength because honestly, maybe again, individual from your past uh, could possibly have been better quality than people that you're meeting as of recently. Okay, so again, just something to think about. You're not opposed to, again, and it actually looks like here you're not opposed to finding a true connection wherever. That's a start. That's good. So it could be someone you formerly had a relationship with, depending on the nature of the breakup. Also, you're not opposed to even at your place of work finding a true love connection, if you will, at your place of work if need be. Um, you are aware, as I said before, Queen of Wands, you do have the ability to send out warm, vibrating energy, but it needs to be worked on, okay? Because like I said, you're putting it out. So you do have, again, the blockage was, you're not receiving. You're not receiving that positive energy, that warm, vibrating energy you're sending out. You're not receiving it back. Now, the strength is you're aware you are putting it out. So you're putting it out. It's just the receiving aspect that needs to be worked on. That's where that Hermit card comes into play. There's a lot of a lot of soul searching and self-examination that needs to be done. A lot of grounding that needs to be done. Okay? And therefore to kind of get, in other words, kind of to dot your I's and cross your T's internally. Once you do that, then you can kind of flip things and start drawing in those positive attributes that you're looking for. Okay? Another strength, as well as described here, as we were talking about before in the beginning of the reading, you're not afraid to stop something, even if it's at the last minute, right before you reach that very edge of the cliff. You do have the ability to stop, and you do. You take yourself right to the very edge. That's seen as a strength, okay? You take yourself right to the very edge. So something is better than nothing, okay? So again, but we want to work on that. We want to work on making sure that you don't go, because eventually you play chicken long enough, one of these days you're gonna end up over the cliff. So we want to stop that from happening. We want you to be around for a little bit, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So we want to take you away from that edge and stop playing chicken with yourself. Kind of bring yourself into the fold, if you will. But you are aware that you do have the ability to stop. Okay, you do have when you're getting too close to the edge, you do kind of bring yourself back, and that's seen as a strength. Also, you're looking for something long-term, 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 committed, something traditional, possibly an engagement, possible marriage, but you're definitely looking for something long-term. That's seen as a strength. Also, you have emotional courage and strength and passion. There's passion that's there. Okay, you have internal passion, spiritual growth right under the surface, just waiting to manifest itself. And finally, love. What I always say is everybody wants to be loved and everybody wants to be in love, okay, at some point. So that's what you're looking for. You have the ability, you possess the ability to love someone deeply, but you also want to be loved deeply. Okay, so with that being said, let's see what additional information Spirit wants to give before I shut this thing down. What additional information Spirit want to give before I shut this thing down? What additional information Spirit want to give before I shut this thing down? Okay, here we go. Plant seeds of intention. Go, grow, glow. Again, do that internal work that you need to do internally on yourself, okay? Once you do that, again, plant again that the Hermit card, do that self-reflecting, that soul searching, if you will. Okay? Plant those seeds internally. You know? Balance yourself. Once you do that, then you're ready to plant those seeds of intention and just watch, step back and just watch them blow. That positive energy that you put out there, then you're going to start reaping in that return. Okay? You're going to be able to start harvesting what you put out. In other words, so you're going to reap what you sow. Okay? The capsule dreams become altered by the color of your dreams. You become altered by the color of your dreams. You put out positive energy. You find someone has a spiritually conscious, moving on a positive path. You begin to, you put that intention out there, okay? Because the Magician card, it was a blockage. Then you'll be able to manifest those intentions, okay? And finally, here we have for this, you were born, okay? False your intentions for incarnation in this dimension. So, again, you are somewhat of a risk taker when it comes to your relationships. You're born for this. You have it internally within you. It's just right beneath the surface. And you know who you are. You know who you are. Because you know that sometimes you kind of take it a little bit. You play it a little bit too dangerous to the edge. And then you bring it back. So you have the ability, and honestly people that have the ability to be that be risk takers, that try new things and things of that nature. But like I said, we want to get some of that new exploratory energy. You need something new. Okay, so you already know, you were born for this. You already have a tough exterior. You can do it. Just kind of do the internal work you need to do. Plant those seeds of intention. Kind of step back and watch all of that positive energy come back to you. Okay, so that's all you got to do. So do it. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to shut this thing down now. If you haven't already, please like, please share, please subscribe. This is a general love reading. It may not resonate with everybody. So if it does resonate with you, you want to know a little bit more, the link will be below. If it doesn't, you want to know a little bit about your particular situation, again, the link's below. My name is Adonis. I love you guys, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye-bye.